We do see some customers who are doing some belt tightening now, but a lot of other customers are realizing that in times of economic uncertainty, that's exactly when you want to lean into the cloud. That's the time you want to capture the cost savings. That's the time you want flexibility to both burst as well as shrink your infrastructure capacity. And that's the time you want to figure out how to still innovate with fewer resources.
I'm wondering about profit pressures in the business. Operating margin went to 26.3% from 29%, I think, in the last quarter. Wage and energy inflation is a big part of that, as it is for so many others. Any relief in sight there?
Well, I think that AWS's scale at which we operate is a huge help to our customers. If you mentioned the energy prices, and of course we're not immune to energy prices, but we're able to forecast and absorb a lot of different variations and different prices for different types of energy around the world. We've got long-term supply contracts locked up. We have large teams who deal with nothing besides procuring energy and other parts of our global infrastructure. So I think part of the value proposition we offer customers is being able to help buffer them, if you will, from these different ups and downs and different elements of their cost structure that they'd have to deal with on their own. So
is one way to look at it then that because of your scale and ability to deal with these things, you're willing to take the short-term margin hit because you're able to smooth that out for customers who see that as part of the value proposition of being with AWS?
Well, we have a long history of lowering prices, not raising them, so that we've lowered prices over 115 times in our 16-year history. And the way we do that is to innovate and to lower our own costs, and then we just have a philosophy where we generally pass those savings along to customers in the form of lower prices. So I think our behavior has been highly consistent, and sometimes things happen which really help our cost structure. Of course, there are going to be things that happen that are, at least in the short term, a little detrimental to the cost structure. But over time in our history, we've really just absorbed all of those and given customers a certainty and a continuity which most of them have been unable to achieve on their own.
How are you approaching your own staffing? Certainly salaries, there's still pressure on those to go higher, but there have been certain areas where you've frozen hiring, other areas where you continue to hire. How is that trending as we look into 2023?
Well, John, as you mentioned at the outset, it is a time of significant economic uncertainty along quite a number of different dimensions. And AWS has hired a tremendous number of people worldwide for a number of years. And I'm talking all business functions, from engineering to marketing to sales to customer support to finance to HR and legal. And so we feel very well resourced at the moment. We are, along with the rest of the company, taking a short pause in hiring and going to keep our headcount levels where they are for now. I think we can still deliver great technical solutions and great customer service to our customers, given the substantial team that we have in place today. We feel really good about that.
So you said a short pause, but we're in Q4, and I think there's still questions about how well that goes and how we start 2023. What's short, and what are the most important signals that you're watching for in that?
Well, we don't have any specific timetable announced. I think we'll, as you implied, we'll kind of get through this quarter and into the next quarter, take a look at what's happening. I think, as always, Amazon takes the long view, builds with a very long-term mindset, far longer than most companies. So we will, at the end of the day, be primarily focused on what is it that our customers need us to build, and what's the best path for us to help get them there. And we will invest in many, many different projects in AWS as well as across the broader company. And we will be unafraid to double down in areas where we think are really going to add value for customers. And so I think the real signals are going to be where we see customers either using services or coming and asking us about things that they need from us in order to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish.